1, 2, 3, 4. Earle Pughe here from Music Maker Foundation. Today we will look at Chicken Raid by Frank Edwards. A transcription of this tune is available in the book Deep in the South. Chicken Raid is also available on the accompanying CD. Frank is playing with a band on this tune. He has a drummer and a bass player and a harp player. Everyone is playing with remarkable restraint. So I urge you to get the CD, or I urge you to get the CD and listen to the track and just hear how everybody sits in the mix. It would be really easy to miss how intricate and well arranged this tune is. So Piedmont blues is a large net. So it encompasses really things that you might think of as many different styles, everything from traditional fiddle tunes to almost ragtime to very Delta influenced tunes like this. So you know, it's important to listen to a variety of it to get a handle on where they're really coming from. The CD is a great starting point for if you just want to hear, you know, the different varieties of Piedmont music. Chicken Raid has 4 chords. It has an E or an E7. First position, it has an A or A7, also down low on the neck, but we're going to need that 4th finger up here, so you end up with a slightly different A than you might be used to. We'll have the B7, a quick B, so 2 different B chords, and what I called an A minor, but you could easily argue that it's a C6. It's a little bit of a funny chord. We've got a 2nd finger on C. First finger is flattened out on the E and the A on strings 4 and 3. So, if we take a look at the bass line first, it's you know, this song has a great groove, and you really want to get that thumb going on the bass line. So on the E, we've got a steady 4 beats, but on beat 4 of the 2nd and 4th measures, on the E7 and A7 chords, he's just gonna kind of hit a couple open strings in there, so it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 1, 2, 3, 4. So he kind of anticipates at the end of that 2nd line, anticipates going back to the E chord. He changes from the A to the E on beat 3. So that last measure of A is different. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we got those 2 open strings. We're back to the E. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Now we're on the last line. The last line is the trickiest. It has a measure of 2/4 in it, and he just changes the chords in a less predictable manner. So we've got start off on a B7, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's not syncopation, but we've got a longer note in the middle there. A little bit sparser. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think he may be picking the top note with his finger. He may be getting it all with his thumb. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're up to a B. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got the B, like a power chord in rock and roll. We've got a B on the 5th string, an F sharp on string 4, and so 1, 2, and then we go to that A minor or C6. So we've got a C and an E, 3, 4, and then we're back to an E. But here, 1, 2, 3, 4. He alternates for one measure, just to keep things interesting. Then we'll be back to a B7, 1, 2, and that's a 2-beat measure. So we've had steady 4/4 up till now. This is still right on the groove. You know, the foot tap hasn't changed, but he's going to have less beats in this measure, only 2, and then we're back to an E with a little bit of alternation. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the thumb, you know, has just enough variation that you really got to keep track of where you are. It's easy to miss one of these details, and they really kind of make the song what it is. Now, the melody. On the E chord, there will be 3 melody notes: a D, a C sharp, and a B. So they will all be on the 2nd string. We got the D, and the C sharp, and the B. But the timing will be different in different measures. So in the first measure, we've got a little syncopation, and we have a rest. The melody doesn't come in until beat 2. So it's 1, 2, 3, and. So we got long, short, long. Well, rest, long, short, long. 1. In measure 2, it starts right on the 1. 1, 2, 3, and then we really have a rest in that high part, because that's where that thumb brush will come in. So it will do that twice in the first line. 2, 3, 4, 1. Now if we add the bass, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we go to the A7. On the A7 chord, there will be 3 melody notes also. There will be a G on the 1st string, an F sharp on the 1st string, but the E natural, rather than playing it open, I think he's playing it here on the 2nd string. That way he can just flatten out that 1st finger. So it'll be 1. And once again, the 1st measure on that A7 chord will start with a rest, and then it'll be long, short, long. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3. So if we add the bass notes to that 2nd line on the A7, 1, 2, 3, 4. And right there on that 4th measure of that A, it's easy to forget that we want to go down to that low E. So we've got the Second line again. 1. And so you could hit that last E, I guess, either open or fretted, depending on your preference. But we've got to get that low E there, and then the brush. Now we're back to the E7, and it's exactly the same melody as before. 1. Now, so that was 12 measures, and it's kind of a 16 and a half measure intro. Now we're to the B7. We're going to hit the B note on 1. Then the thumb, we're going to get a couple A melody notes. 2, 3, 4. So I think he's playing all of that with his thumb. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we want to have a clear B melody note. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got this 1, 2, 3, 4. So in order to sort of get those melody notes clear, we've got to switch chords. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we got to measure on an E chord, but it's going from the E minor, and then it resolves to the E. And this is the measure with the alternating bass. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this measure, it goes from E minor to E, and it's got the alternating bass. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we've got a G, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're back to the B7. 1, 2, and that's that short measure. It's just 1, 2, and we're back to the E. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he kind of brushes with the thumb on the bottom and brushes with the finger on the top, and it will resolve kind of to the E7. He doesn't play that G sharp in the next measure, but he puts his finger down. So when the vocals start, we won't hear that E minor chord. You know, we're just sort of taking an extra measure to get all the way from B7 back to E7. So we're going through that E minor. So that last line, if we put the bass line and the melody together, 1, 2, 3, 4. Frank plays it in a fairly bright tempo. It's not a lot of notes, but it's a lot like a jigsaw puzzle. The pieces only fit together in a certain way, and so I urge you to don't try to get it too fast, too quick. Relax, play it slow, get comfortable with it, play it for a long time, and every so often, just go back and listen to that groove. I'd like to know who the drummer is. I'm so impressed with anybody that can play with that much restraint and still drive the tune. It's a great recording, so get the CD. 1, 2, 3, 4. thank you for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope that this broadens your musical horizons a little bit, gets you to listen to Frank and people that he's influenced. Please check out the other videos on this channel. There's some stuff here that's just unavailable anywhere else. I particularly like the video with Etta Baker playing a Strat. I mean, she just doesn't ever do that, and there she is, and the tone she gets is unbelievable. So have a good week, and I will see you again. Thank you.